here today. But as always, we will begin with our invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'll start with our invocation. If you'll bow your heads with me and let us pray. The gift of Rotary is evident in this virtual room. Friends all about us with special gifts to share. We ask for you to be with each and every one of us as we move about our daily lives, always keeping in mind the special talents we have. Let us be fair and kind to those in our paths today. Let us focus on the objects of Rotary and implement these with your help. Amen. As we share in the Pledge of Allegiance, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, I'm so delighted to see your faces today. I hope that you all had a delightful Thanksgiving, no matter what it looked like. I think we all had maybe a little bit different way of celebrating this year. And so now, in the spirit that we have come to share, let's share some happy dollars. So who would like to go? Please indicate by waving your hand or any other object that you'd like to in your space, and let me know what you're happy about. Somebody's happy. Okay, Diane.
Unmute. Well, I am happy that my daughter Brandy is back home. I want to thank David for sending out that sweet email to what I call my family of Rotary. The prayers, the thoughts were greatly appreciated. She's back home. She's recovering. She does have a long road ahead of her, but we are just grateful that she is at home. So thank you all, and I'll put in $20 for Brandy.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. We are so glad to hear that she's doing better. Who else is happy today? All right, Todd. Oh, we need to unmute you, Todd. There you go.
There you go. All right. So I'm happy that we are almost done with the resales. Some tabulating. So, but went off with a different scenario a year, so it was different this year. So, but glad got them. Most people liked them. I've got a picture to share. Karen, our receptionist, decorates ours. And I just took a picture of it. It loaded later in the meeting. I'll show what she did with ours. It looks so good.
Nice. Thanks, Todd. They really did turn out really beautifully, and they smell great. I always have mine stacked in my office because we distribute them from here, and it really is wonderful and fragrant. So thank you. Okay, who's next? Who else is happy? All right, Don.
I have a happy dollar, $5. I'm just happy. So I'm just glad to be here.
Fantastic, and we're happy to have you here, Don.
God bless you.
All right, who else would like to share a happy dollar?
I have 5 happy dollars for Don Crane because Don Crane happy makes me happy.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. We're happy you're happy. Who else? Yes, Adriana.
Well, I am extremely happy of being here. I don't know how to give my happy dollar, but I can speak to Diane for that. But I'm just happy to be here too and see it.
Well, we'll cover you. We're very happy you're here, Adriana.
Thank you.
Who else? Well, I'm happy. I'm so happy as we are coming into this month of December. I'm very grateful. I did get to see my family for Thanksgiving. Everyone in my family, my brother's family, and my parents got tested ahead of time, so we were able to safely gather. My daughter is applying to college. So part of this visit, we actually visited a couple of schools as well. So we finished the college tour, and she also received an acceptance letter from the University of Georgia. So we're very, very grateful that she has been accepted to the first of the schools that she has been has applied to. So we have a school. She'll go to college. She will go to college. So we're very, very grateful. And so I think that's worth $10 in happy dollars. So Todd, please put that on my tab.
All right.
So I'm a proud and grateful mama.
Great.
All right. So we have a very exciting program today, and I'm going to turn it over to Diane to introduce our fantastic speaker.
Thank you, Sonia. Well, Adriana, it is so great to see you in person, although virtual. I must say that Adriana has been one of our favorite Georgia Rotary students over the years. Adriana, there's hardly a month that goes by that Adriana doesn't reach out. We certainly stay in touch, and I think that's what the program's all about, because it's, you know, definitely establishing a long term relationship, and that's really what the program is all about, building those relationships. Adriana was a student, and correct me if I'm wrong, Adriana, but it was 2014-15, is that correct? Okay. Chuck and I were grateful that we were the host family, along with Bill Hall and his wife from the Gainesville Club. Adriana has been quite busy. She has graduated, and Adriana, I'm not even going to venture to try to say the university. I'll let you share that with the group. But I do know that she is a young architect, and we are so excited to have her with us today. Adriana, we also want you to tell your parents and family that we said hello. So we had the wonderful opportunity of meeting them as well when Adriana was here in Georgia with us. So with that, if you would help me welcome Adriana.
Hello. Well, I have not a brief presentation, but a fun presentation ready to go. So I'm gonna share my screen. So this is also like a quick recap, because maybe like people don't remember that much, but this is gonna sound weird because I have never talked for 20 minutes about myself, but I just believe that you guys are awesome and you will receive it very well. So I am from Barranquilla, Colombia. So it's in the north part of Colombia. It's the 4th largest city, 1.2 million people. And I have the Caribbean coast right here. So it's quite fun. And also, like, I want you to remember my inner family circle. So this is a picture of me graduating from school in 2014. I studied in Marymount School. And this is my brother, Danilo. He's a photographer. My dad, his name is Guillermo, so it's really funny because Guillermo in English is Bill, and Bill is also William. So all my host families, like, they were called Bill and stuff. So it was really funny. Me. And my sister, that she's a teacher at my school's elementary school, and my mom, that her name is Elsa. So, wait. And also, wait, I cannot. Okay, perfect. Also, I wanted to do a quick recap about my GRSP year. I was this was the first day of the Columbus year. It was GRSP 2014-2015. And this is the Jekyll Island, the district conference, that it was our last photo together or like activity together. And this is a crucial picture because I really like all these people on the right hand. So this is me, Josie, she's from Germany. She attended UNG. Elena, she's from Denmark. Isabel, she's from Sweden. Anna, of course, I'm pretty sure she went to the meetings and everything, and she continued to be like my best friend. And Dave, he's from the UK. That's also like important. So I arrived home after GRSP with a great freshman 15 because I really immersed in everything and I gained my freshman 15. And I started studying at the local university called Universidad del Norte. And are some pictures of the campus. It's a really beautiful campus. It's very green. Although the buildings are like different styles, so I've always criticized that, but it's been modeling through the years. But like over like in the global side, it's really beautiful. So I decided to study architecture. So it's 9 semesters long, so it's 4.5 years. And the first semester was challenging. Overall, I did very good, but even though I enjoyed it, I didn't love it. So I started like talking to counselors to see if I should stay in the career, and I decided to stay. So it was like a big decision for me in that area. I am a big party person, like birthday person. So I turned 20 at the first year I was after Georgia, like spending my birthday back home. So I just did this big party. I really love breakfast. I really love PJs. So I was like, I'm gonna make everyone go in pajamas and have breakfast for dinner. So I had a 20th birthday dinner. So it turned out really fun, and you can see my family, my dad, and like a whole bunch of cousins, because we're a bunch of cousins. I just put a mattress in the middle of of my living room, and everyone came in PJs, and we ate, we hanged out. It was really fun. And overall, in February is a really cool month for me because it's also the carnival. So it's my birthday, it's carnival, I travel, so it's really fun. And here you can see a picture of me dressed as a monocuco. I took that costume to Georgia and I presented it, that is like just everyone hanging out, so it was really fun. And these are pictures of some of the carnival really emblematic costumes, and these are pictures of my brother. I told you before, he's a photographer, and that turned out to be turned out to be really fun and like a cool time. Also, after that, in 2016, I had the coolest visit ever. So Anna, the friend that I told you before, came to Colombia, and Dave, he's from the UK, they came and visited me. It was such an amazing time. I got to show them where I grew up, where I went to school, where I went to university. We traveled the whole Caribbean coast. We went to Cartagena, that is a nearby city, an hour and a half, because I have family there. So we saw the sights, we went to the old city, they bought a lot of stuff. It was so much fun. And so in the right-hand picture here, that is also the natural park Tayrona. So it's just a local park. So we hiked, we climbed, we went all the way over there. Overall, it was such a fun trip. Anna, I gave her some local food and she got a little bit intoxicated. So I always tell her, you even got to know the hospital. It turned out right. She was okay afterwards, but everything turned out great. Also that year, I decided to join the Rotaract local club. It is District 4271, and I lasted 2 years in that club. You can see in the right-hand picture that I am in my university selling bracelets, selling pins and everything for like generating money for the club. And also in the left-hand pictures, you can see that I have a football in my hand. That is a project called Goalies for the Peace. So we gave footballs to kids and taught them like through playing, through developing like a game and playing with others, you can go in the right path to say more often. So they can focus on that and develop their social skills and everything with that. And also we did another project called, it was directed to entrepreneur women from under like a little poor town. So we just gave them the basis to start their own project, their own like selling little handbags or like selling food. So we gave them the primary loan and we taught them how to manage their money and everything. So those were a few projects that I was involved in with Rotaract. I really enjoyed the club for those 2 years, but I decided to leave because I noticed a whole bunch of, it was not that organized, and I left the country. So when I came back, it was really disorganized and I didn't connect it very well. There were some fights, so I decided to leave. But right now I've seen that everything is getting better and better. So I may be considering getting in the same one or going to a new Rotaract club that I have also nearby. And this is also my 4th semester, so it's early 2017. And it was the semester that I told to myself, I really, really, really like love architecture. I was like, wow, this is just amazing. I noticed it. I had my first ever digital project. So I learned digital programs and I started developing myself digitally. And I did some renders and I really understood the structure inside a place. I did some sunlight analysis, I did wind analysis. So I really got a grasp of what architecture is with this fourth semester. Also, this semester was hectic. Like I did so much stuff. I was also involved with the international students in the university. So I was like a body system to them. So I introduced them to the city, to the good restaurants, to the transportation, to everything. It turned out to be really fun. I met some friends from the US, from Mexico, from all over the world. And I'm still friends with them. And I also joined Scribble, that is a volunteering project from the university. And I taught English to little kids in an outskirt town near the university that it's quite poor. So we like taught little kids the basics. We went like each Saturday and teach them, and it was fun for a while. So I did so much stuff like fourth semester, and immediately I just went to an exchange semester in Spain. So everything like lowered down for a little bit. I went to Madrid and I studied at Universidad Camilo José Cela in the outskirts of Madrid. And of course, I went a month beforehand and I just decided to meet up with every other GRSP that was with me that I could totally join with. So this is a picture of me and Anna, as you can see on the Swedish flag below. And I also met 3 other GRSP students that they were living and studying in Lund and Malmo. So I just took a train from Stockholm to Lund and Malmo and met them and stayed with them. And it turned out to be so much fun. This is me in Stockholm. And you can see a picture of a Douala Hest that is like a traditional horse over there. And I'm just with Anna's dogs over there. And in that same month, I just took a train. And from Malmo, I went to Copenhagen and I met with my Danish GRSP friends. And I stayed there for a while and it was really fun. So I got to travel a lot in that first month. And then of course I traveled a lot in Spain. So this is a picture, the first to the left picture is in Barcelona with Anna. She came to visit me in Spain. Then the next picture is in Granada and the lower picture is in Sevilla. So I got to travel everywhere in Spain. It's beautiful. And in the left downside picture, you can see with my project in the university. Sadly, my university in Madrid was not that great. It was not as challenging as I expected. The teachers were really nice. They knew everything, but teaching-wise, I didn't feel the pressure and the hecticness that I think I should feel as an architect. So it was a low-profile semester. And that picture is from my favorite class. I had a sustainable installation class, and there I started to know what I would like to focus on in the future. I really like eco-friendly buildings, and that helped me learn more about like me as an architect and what I would like to learn. And in the right-hand side is a picture of the UK. I also went and visited another GRSP, Dave, the one that came to Colombia. So I did a whole bunch of traveling. And if there's a Harry Potter fan around here, I went to the studios and I was extremely overwhelmed. I saw all the props, all the costumes, and I just cried when I went there. I was like, oh my God, I'm in the world of Harry Potter. It was just amazing. And you know, the typical London photo with the phone booth, I had to take a picture there. And I went to Bath, and that's where I met Dave. The GRSP. It was Bath. It's just beautiful. It's a little town. I went to the Roman baths. I slept at, so it turned out to be really fun and met restaurants and everything. And also I went to Portugal. I went to Lisbon. It was amazing. I really loved the view. I was only there for a day, so I really need to go back definitely. And of course, I went to Germany and met my other GRSP friend that she studied in UNG Josie. So it's the lower left picture, and with Anna, of course. So I did a whole bunch of traveling with my friends and saw everyone again, and it was really fun. So this, when I came back from the exchange program, I was really exhausted, sleepy, but I was also overjoyed. I have lived so much. I've seen everyone again. I was mentally really satisfied, but also tired, but everything. And I came back to my 6th semester, and I noticed that the scale of the project really changed. So now we were not only building a house or a building, we were building like a whole complete urbanism with landscape architecture. So the whole module really changed, and it was a bigger challenge. And I just came back from Europe, and I was really like trying to get myself in the pace of Colombia and the challenges again. And it was a hard semester, very hard. And I also participated in an international architecture competition. My teachers volunteered me, and I started working, and I couldn't handle the pressure. That was really, it was sad. That was a tough decision for me. Me and my partner, we decided to drop out in the middle of the competition. And you can see in the down picture that's the model that it was a skyscraper in Dubai. So it was a big model and everything. So we decided to drop out. I think we were not ready, and we like promised ourselves that we were gonna be in another architecture competition, because it's a really fun way to develop your ideas without budget and everything. And that was my project from that semester. And I went back to Georgia. I had a wedding, and I was able to see Diane and Chuck. I went to a Gainesville Rotary Club and saw Bill St. Clair. I had dinner with Bill Hall. I saw also Anna's host family. I saw my friends. I went back to Brenau, and I had so much fun saying hello to all the teachers and secretaries, and it was so much fun. They were so happy to see us. Apparently we marked our territory in Brenau, and they all remembered us. We were like, oh, okay. And it was really nice. We went to Little 5 Points. We saw more of Atlanta, so we traveled, and we rented a car. I drove in Georgia, so it turned out to be really a fun trip. And I saw Anna again, so it was really fun. I really bonded with her in the 2019, we're in last year already. So it was my final project. I couldn't believe it, like 4 years have passed since I started architecture, and I went to Georgia. And as I told you before, I am big in eco-friendly and reusing materials that are already there. So my final project and thesis was about reusing an old bridge that they were about to dismantle and create a sightseeing spot it is in a nearby district around here. And I went to the town because it's a really poor town that is right beside the bridge. So I went there. I talked to the people. I asked them what they needed. I just connected with them, and they told me they needed space to like socially interact with them. So I decided to reuse the bridge because they're doing a new one just beside it, and do some container classrooms so they can gather there. So it's a sightseeing spot and a container material-wise classroom for them to join, to have dances, to discuss. So it turned out to be a really urbanism project and landscape, which are the things that I really like the most, that I really get. And you can see my model down there. So it's cut with carton, and I really love that model, and some renders. And also, since I am not a civil engineer, I got help from a teacher that really marked me as a professional. He helped me a lot with the structure and how to cut a bridge. I had no idea how to cut a bridge, so I had to find my information, and it turned out really fun. And that's me in my final presentation. So it was really fun and a huge scale, and I got to present it to judges, and it was very challenging, and I had so much pressure, but it turned out really nice. And that same year, my sister finally got married. She's been together with her boyfriend for 10 years. So I finally, the first thing I thought when he asked her to marry her was, I'm getting my own room, finally. And also I'm really happy because she's married the love of his life. But the matrimony was amazing. It was stunning. Like you could see all the details. This is a picture of them going out the church. And they had fireworks and an arc of flowers. And you can see on the on the left-hand side, the desserts table. My family is really food-wise. So we had an amazing dessert table, and you can see the decorations on the lower picture. And on the right-hand side, you can see my sister that she surprised everybody with an Arab dance and singing. So it turned out to be like her 15 minutes of fame, because she just showed all her qualities and everything, and it turned out to be really fun. And this year, 2020, the year of years, it started off great. I did with the previous teacher that I mentioned before. He gave me my first freelance gig. So I did some work with him. You can see in the top left picture, it's a render of a concrete testing site in the university. So I was developing that. It's an ideas project because they have to pass it to a lot of people so they can approve it. So I gave him the idea and I designed everything. So it was it was a 3-month project, and it turned out to be really fun, like a good way to continue the pace of being an architect. And I also was able to travel to the Bahamas with my parents. So I went scuba diving, I saw some sharks, and I kayak, and it turned out really, it was a fun trip, definitely. And of course, I turned 24, and also the big party. I did a Kahoot party, so I just asked everyone questions, and I did raffles and stuff. And I graduated March 13, 2020. I am officially an architect. And I am a COVID prom, so my ceremony was canceled, but still, that day my grandmother came from Cartagena, and my cousins, we gathered up and we had a lunch at my house. So it turned out to be really fun. And after that, like the day after my graduation, everything closed. So that's when it hit me, like we were in a global pandemic, we were having this time. And as you can see, I'm a very sociable person. It was very hard for me the first couple of months. It was driving me crazy. I had to maintain myself occupied. I couldn't find a job. I was really sad, frustrated. It was a hard couple of months. I went to a counseling, I talked to someone, and I decided I had to do something. I decided I had to do something. So I decided to remodel my room. Since I have my own room, I just remodeled it. It had old furniture, so I painted them again. I painted the walls. I did some textures, so you can see the textures in the lower right picture. So I just transformed my room completely, like swipe up energies and everything, and it turned amazing. I really love my new room. Like my sister moved out, so I have my own space finally. So it was great. And also I had to do something. I'm a very active person, so I entered an architecture competition. And the due date is next week. So I'm almost there. So you can see a little render. That's not the official background or anything, but that's the official structure. So it's a micro home, 25 square meters or less. So it's a challenge. I'm doing it with 3 more friends that graduated with me, and we're currently looking for jobs. And it turned out like it's challenging. And the next week we have to present it. I will send it to Diane so she could show it to everyone in a few days. And I think that's it. That's everything that has happened. And I also tell you, if you ever feel sad, you should totally do a 5-year presentation about yourself, because you're gonna understand this. There's so much to go and to look forward. I was like, oh yes, I have so much stuff for me to do, like going on. So yeah, I totally recommend that. So thank you for hearing me talk about myself. It's such a narcissistic day, but yes. It was so weird. Would you have any questions about COVID and anything in Colombia? I would gladly answer them.
Wow, Adriana, that was incredible to review 5 years in 30 minutes and 25 minutes, but you really have done a lot in the last 5 years. So yes. I'm kind of tired.
I know.
That is like, wonderful. Whoa. You've done so much. I do have a question though about what sort of initiatives the government or your local community has taken to reduce the spread of COVID in your area?
Okay, in my area, a lot of things shut down. So they were like restaurants, bars, and people, spaces with more than 10 people were closed until the 1st of September. So from mid-March to the 1st of September, everything was closed. My dad couldn't work. He's a doctor. He could attend some patients, but he also has a spa. So that kind of work, he couldn't just manage it. So a lot of stuff closed, and everyone had to stay home. So I had to do gym at home and everything. And the 1st of September, as soon as they opened the roads, even the roads were closed. I couldn't go and visit my grandmother. And she lives an hour and a half away in a nearby city. I couldn't see her. So as soon as the roads were open, I went and visited her and everything. So it was harsh. From mid-March to the 1st of September was very harsh. Now everything has been more calmed down. Like I got a job interview. Everything started to reopen from the 1st of September. And right now, today, there was a decree that the president closed down bars again. Like they open on the 1st of September, but closed bars now again. So there's not a bunch of people through the holidays and everything. So it's been weird, but everything is okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Other questions for Adriana? Well, that was an excellent presentation. And I'm really glad you've taken advantage of study abroad, and certainly that you've stayed in touch with your other GRSP alums. I mean, that's really incredible that you continue to see Anna and others in different parts of the world. We love it that you have come back to Georgia. I mean, that's just really, really incredible, Adriana. And we're so glad that we have been a part of this journey.
Thank you. Oh, yes, a huge part, a really significant part.
And so for those of you that are newer to Rotary, part of our dues go to support the GRSP program. And so I'm so grateful to see what becomes of this funding, and to see what kind of incredible young people benefit. So thank you, Adriana. You are a fantastic ambassador for the GRSP program.
Yeah.
Felicitaciones.
Gracias.
Well, congratulations. We can't wait to hear what the next 5 years brings, but we don't want to wait 5 years to hear from you again.
Exactly.
Okay, so Todd, would you like to give us an update on wreath sales? And well, you can do wreath sales. You can also talk about Salvation Army bell ringing if you want to talk about that, because I know Jerry sent you both, right? Or not? Todd?
If I stay on long, if I stay on.
All right, we'll see. I think he sent it to me too. Oh, we lost him. Oh, shoot. Let me see if he sent it to me.
Todd, if you can unmute, maybe turn your video off, it might work.
He seems like he might be frozen.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We can hear you. We can hear you now, Todd.
Well, the 30 seconds I get, I will try to say. So we ordered and sold 290 wreaths and 180 bows, or 160 bows. The profit will be $2 per bow, basic. Well, a little less than $2, about $1.50 a bow, and $10 per wreath. So that comes out to that gives us about $3,100 of profit for the fundraiser.
Good. All right. And so what next?
I didn't have like the bell ringing. I'm not sure of everything Gary sent me. So.
Okay, so for bell ringing, we've all received
I'll
an
give a better
email
report
from
once
Jerry.
I get all the numbers and I can stay online longer.
That's okay. So we've all received an email from Jerry. We need to sign up for bell ringing. So if we haven't, please do so. And then we'll probably do another push for that if we haven't gotten all the slots filled in.
Sonia,
Yes.
I went in this morning to sign Kim Waters and myself up, and it's a whole lot easier this year. There are 3 locations. You can sign up for the Hobby Lobby, the Walmart, or over on our side of town at Kroger. So there's more options and more times this year too.
Excellent. I think that's wonderful. Very good. Thank you for that clarification. All right. Any other announcements?
Hey, Sonia.
Yes, Kim.
It seems to me in years past on the bell ringing, we usually picked a day or half a day and then solicited volunteers, because I'm afraid this year I'm going to be at Walmart and you're going to be at Hobby Lobby and somebody else is going to be at Chick-fil-A on different days. So I'm wondering if this online stuff is going to work for our club or not.
Yes, you go in and sign up as a group. You go in and pick the Rotary Club of Hall County, and that signs you up as a group wherever you go to. So the club will get credit wherever we go.
Oh, I understand that, but I was thinking we all go to the same location, and usually we double up 2 people on a shift, and we got to sometimes pick your shift mate. But I'm afraid we're going to be spread across 25, 30 different days, and I won't see any of our club members. It just seemed like the last time we did it, we kind of had it as a social gathering, and we passed the baton. Another twosome would come in at 2 o'clock, and then another 2 at 4. And I think Al stayed all day, things like that. So I don't know, just a thought I had.
That's good feedback, Kim.
Yeah.
We may have a little more flexibility if we had this year, but you are correct. We don't have just one Hall County day. Any other announcements? Okay, we just have one more meeting in the month of December. So next Tuesday, and then we have the board meeting on the 15th. All right, so again, thank you, Adriana. This was a very special presentation, probably my favorite of the Rotary year. So thank you very much. Very exciting. I'm super enthusiastic about GRSP. Can't wait for us to bring it back. And I hope you and your family have a very safe and wonderful holiday season. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week.
Bye-bye.
Oh, and I almost let us go without the 4-way test. So, of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? And Dawn?
And is it fun?
And is it fun? All right, everyone, have a wonderful week.
Bye.